Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, but definitely hit the like button. I hope that you guys are doing okay this morning. I'm feeling good this morning because this is one Saturday that I actually get to chill at home. I don't have to be out on no cases or anything today. I get to chill, and do videos today, but I'll be right back on my grind tomorrow, right? But this morning, I wanted to talk about, which means I may put out several videos today, right? But this morning, I wanted to talk about Young Dolph, okay? I wanted to talk about Young Dolph. Um, And I wanted to talk about was industry rappers secretly hating on Young Dolph while gritting in his face. Now, I know a lot of people talk about, when Key Glock did the interview and how stern he was or whatever. And he was like, they asked him, was he going to do any features? It was really a trick question, anyways. And I think he handled it well. He said, nah, because I don't like nobody and don't nobody like me. I think that was a good way to put it. He was just kind of trying to brush that off. And I think Key Clark had the opportunity, just like we all did, but he had the opportunity on a personal level because he was around Dolph all the time to see just and witness up close and personal how it seems like the industry rappers who claim to have been cool with Young Dolph actually wasn't. You had a lot of industry rappers who Dolph has done songs with. We thought he was cool with. They was a lot of them was even too scared to say rest in peace. They was too scared to say rest in peace. Um, this young man, people said that they was cool with him, but yet they don't have issues with the people that have trolled and mocked his death. You hearing about all types of shady stuff as it relates to that. Now, as far as Gucci Mane, I know they say him and Gucci Mane was friends, but I've always had my reservations about that. As far as how much Gucci really messed with Dolph. I don't know. I do believe that the young men that was on his label really did mess with him. I know people have their, differences of opinions as it relates to that, but those young men did not have anything to do with his death. Okay. Um, I think out of all, other than his children and his immediate family, those young men were affected too. But I'm proud of their grind. But when I thought about doing this video, I thought about I titled it was industry rappers secretly hating on Dolph all while grinning in his face. Of course they were. We had the opportunity to witness firsthand that they didn't really mess with him like they claimed that they did. I was looking at an interview that Dolph did, and he said when he paid for a feature, he wanted, he wanted to pay for a feature, he was like, I don't have to wait on no checks. Everything with that, whatever they ask for, I go in there my backpack that's on my back and count it out to them. You know, so I think even though some of these dudes, they wanted his money, of course, they want to turn the money. They didn't really mess with him. And then they were slick jealous that he could go and pay them whatever they asked for. They probably overpriced them anyways. Hell, because a lot of them washed up. Okay. And and I think about that comment that I heard that T.I. made that Doc was reaping what he sowed. I can't understand how T.I. could fix his mouth to say anything like that, but it just proves that they didn't really mess with him like that, and you could tell, you know. I just think that what was done to Young Dolph was, um, I'm talking about as far as the industry, was messed up on so many levels. How so many black people could be jealous of one man just because he blazed his own trails, and he had a confident about himself. He was just sure of himself. I guess they wanted to look at it as a cockiness. They have a cockiness, but they have a, I guess because their cockiness was fake, because they bragged about this and that. They didn't really believe that, because they was going, they didn't even really have homes to live in after they got off the stage. But he could be on stage and brag and have a cockiness and then go home to a mansion. He was truly a self-made millionaire. And so I think a lot of people was hating on him because of that. But I was able to pull up some video. Well, not some video, but I actually, well, an interview that Young Dolph did, and he always told, and I think that was another issue. He was real. I really can identify with Dolph because I think Leos are misunderstood. I'm a Leo. I'm a lioness, because of our truthfulness. Okay. If I got to lie about it, I won't even talk about it, because I'm not going. I don't have. I'm not going to do it. Okay. If I got to embellish, I'm not going to deal with it, because it's just too time consuming. Okay. And I think he was just misunderstood by a lot of people. And then they was jealous of him because he had a work ethic and he did whatever he set his mind to. And then he would expose it. You know, people don't like, the devil don't like being exposed. But let's listen to this right here.
Good. Are you a Patriots hater?
Patriots hater?
Yeah. Are you tired of seeing the Patriots in so you pay?
Definitely not. I don't think my mama gave me 1% of hatred run through my.
Okay, you heard what he said, and I kind of liked when he said that. He says his mother did not give him not 1% of hatred, which means he didn't hate nobody. That's the reason why he didn't go and stretch them niggas out when they was constantly trying to take his life, because they were different. They was different than him. He actually was a human being. These barbaric, jealous MFs weren't.
Period. Period.
So it's like when they do it, I just like seeing folks celebrate. I just like seeing people happy. You know what I'm saying? So I like seeing good games, and I like seeing like competitiveness too. You know what I mean?
Whatever makes a good match. What was the last good game? Because to be honest, the whole Atlanta Philly, that was BS. Yeah. But
I ain't gonna say that, but
the last one that made you like stand up on your couch, like you were so hyped for that game.
I'm looking forward this year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I can't remember.
We saw on your Instagram live Instagram story, somebody gifted you a painting of you, you and your child.
Yeah, they did that. They gave me that last night in San Antonio.
The album is called Role Model, Taurus Role Model. Yeah. Obviously, you're a father. Yeah. So how has being a father changed or motivated you?
It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the best feeling in the whole wide world. And, like, no exaggeration on it, no kids out. Like, it's just the best feeling in the whole wide world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, kids make you feel like nobody else can make you feel. You know what I mean? Like, when I die, all this jewelry, these cars, this money is going to be passed around and swapped through hands and everybody, all my folks, and whatever they do with it. But when I die, like, when my kids ask who is their daddy, like, I'm still going to be their daddy. Like, that's the only thing that I can literally say is mine when I leave. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I take that dead serious.
Is that what inspired the name of your album?
Nah.
Is it, what was Role Model towards?
Really just.
Now, y'all heard that he said that all of his stuff was going to be passed through his family's hands. This man already had his will and stuff figured out. He already had that in his will, okay? So let's not, well, I can't tell people what to do, but I'm just saying this young man already had this stuff figured out, okay?
Accepting the life, accepting the lifestyle, accepting the culture, accepting life. You know what I mean? Like, you're a role model. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have little cousins, little nieces, or little sisters, or somebody that look up to you and really manifest their ways after you're behind you, but they don't realize it and you don't realize it. They ain't gonna tell you or nothing. Like, you got some people that depend on you and they don't realize it they own self that they depending on you. You You know what I mean? It's like it is what it is. Like
Yeah.
you around your peers, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever they doing, that's what you doing. Especially if you the younger one coming up behind somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just one of them things. It's I accept it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got no problem with doing it. I know I ain't a dummy out here. You know what I'm saying? Even though I done been through the worst, come from the dirt and all that, it's like I just always been a thinker, and that's where I'm at right now today, 2019, living in 2020.
And further and beyond.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so it was just acceptance.
What is I'm glad you brought that up because we're talking about cities. So a lot of people, new rappers, they'll say, my city don't support me, right?
Right.
Like my city don't work together. But a lot of people are popping out of Memphis.
Right.
And you signed, you have Keith, yep, you have him.
Yeah,
do you feel like you do your part in keeping your hand in Memphis? Do you feel like y'all stay together? Like the other artists that come out of there?
Like, Memphis just is what it is. Like, Memphis ain't one of them cities that can,
that's like,
it definitely ain't Atlanta.
Okay.
He was trying to say, in other words, Memphis don't. He was saying in a nice way that Memphis is be drinking on their haterade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like Memphis, like it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like it's like I don't know. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And like it been like that before my time, and it's like it is what it is. You feel me? Like, 'cause when I came in, it's like people didn't accept. It's like I'm gonna tell you what happened. When I came in, when I first started doing music, the streets accepted me and took hold of me ASAP, like faster than anything.
Because they just connected to what you were saying.
Industry, you know what I'm saying? Like people that was somebody to the industry, not even like not even the biggest DJs, like not even the biggest rappers, like everybody, just the ones that's trying to get on all the way to the biggest ones. Like they wasn't accepting me. They was like, you know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, little dude think he think he everything. He think he this. He think he that.
Yeah.
Little dude, he you know what I'm saying? It's like it was just like everybody was like, he think he too much, or he think he this. He think he that. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is like, bro, y'all don't even know me. So how y'all gonna judge me, and how y'all gonna come? Like, why y'all gonna hate on my campaign, bro? Just because I don't need nobody to check. You know what I'm saying? To flood the streets. Why y'all gonna judge me, bro? Because I don't need nobody to check to go buy real ice. Like I bought real. I literally bought rocking real jewelry back to my city. You know what I'm saying? Because they were like all rappers. When I started rapping real talk, it's like I remember I went to go buy a Breitling. And when I first started rapping, I was like, man, I gotta go kill the game. I'm finna do my first show in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like my first show, I got booked $5,000. You know what I mean? You tell me a rapper did that, I'm waiting on him. Anyway, I got booked, bam. When I was, cause I'm going around to like, just making my way around, like I'm trying to get what I want. And folk were like, man, why you finna buy real, bro? You finna, hey, bro, you can pay $2,000 for one of them watches, bro. Bro, I just seen such and such, bro. He bought 2 of them, bro. Like, when I started rapping, it exposed the rap game to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was faking it till they make it. Everybody was doing super cap, like the number one terminology now, oh, that's cap.
Yeah.
Everybody cap, super cap in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I came in the gang, how I came in the gang. Like, I never care about nothing or nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I ain't come in to be friendly. I ain't come in to kick it. I don't want to come over your house and play the video game. I don't want to do none of that. You know what I mean? Like, if you real, I'm going to know you real, because you going to know I'm real, bro. You see my campaign and what's going on. You know?
Okay. You heard what he said. I wanted to play that. It was 6 minutes, but I wanted everybody to hear that. And he basically, and I wanted to get in there what he said about his family, and because it's ironic that all of that was like right there together. And I was like, well, I kind of want to get all that. Where he talked about his children, where he talked about his things, if something happened to him, that it was going to be spread out through his family. And then he got into talking about Memphis. basically how that crabs in a, he didn't say it, but I can say it, god damn it, that crabs in a barrel mentality. And the young man basically went into talking about how they basically try to blackball him from the very start, talking about he think he this, he think he that, you know. And he was already getting money, he didn't need nobody's check, right? So, you know, just to hear him talk about, just to hear him say that from the DJs on up, you know, how people had just started out blackballing him because they already, they knew, you know, that he had the hustle, and they feared him from the very beginning. They knew he was going up because he had the drive, right? And so they kind of tried to block him from the beginning. And so when he started getting his really getting his feet wet, he was already making the money out in the street to really fund himself. They didn't like him. They fake mess with him because he was getting all their money. Dolph was not crazy. It wasn't like he was naive. He just had a good heart. That's why he stretched them Negroes when they was constantly trying to take him out. Okay. He wanted to see everybody get money. That young man was just about getting money. But because he wasn't no fool, they played friendly with him, probably because they want to try to get up on him to see, you know. But Doc was smart. That's the reason why you saw, as Colt figure say, them bushwhackers come from around that car running like that and sneak up on him. They had to sneak up on him because the young man was smart, right? He was just lacking a little bit when he went in there without his security. That's it. That's all. Just that one moment. They knew they had to do it at that moment. That's why the order was given for him not to walk out of that shop, because they caught him lacking in just that moment, right? But he talked about how the industry did him in the beginning, and nothing changed. The faces got friendlier because they saw that they weren't gonna stop him. He was already getting money and he was going up. Everybody wanted to be on the winning team. This dude able to pay them cash. They ain't want to turn that cash down, but all the time someone was probably plotting because they was mad because this man was getting so much money because he was cornering every market and everything. Okay. And there's one more that I want to play. And then this is going to be the last one.
My whole career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
He talked about he's been his CEO his whole career.
CEO of Young Dolph my whole career since day one when I recorded my first song. You know what I mean? I paid for the studio time. I paid for the beat. I paid for the artwork. I paid for the photo shoots. You know what I'm saying? I came up with the creative process. Like, everything to this day, I still do all of that. So it ain't no difference. I'm just doing it with more artists now. You know what I mean? And that was the reason. This the exact reason I chose to sacrifice Young Dolph and stay out of the major label system. I didn't never want to sign with a major label because I always knew that shit, once I blow Young Dolph up and I got all of the shit that I need, I can take all that and give it to the rest of the artists, whoever I want to give it to.
Right.
Always thinking about other people and spreading the wealth. Something these cuckabug head Negroes don't want to do because they want to spoon feed everybody so that they can send them out to do hits and just feed them crumbs to keep them coming back to do their dirty work. But I digress.
Right. Do you have any mentors? Like, I love Jay Prince. He's like my mentor in my head in terms of being my own CEO as well. Do you is there anyone out there that you look to or that actually mentored you at all?
Nah.
Yeah.
No mentors. I ain't just saying that shit, but like, I ain't got no mentors.
Yeah.
And if I do, you know, that shit might just help me turn up a little even more. But we live in a world, man, where everybody see everybody's competition. And that's cool because every sport is a competitive sport. Every business is a competitive business. But at the same time, by this being a black culture, you're supposed to goddamn want to see your partners go up, your partners do this, do that, do this, like you, like just being happy. Yeah. I be happy for everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I get that shit to a very minimal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't dwell on it and never cared about it. So that's why I always continue to go up because I don't look for validation from nobody but me,
Right.
myself, and my
Right.
team. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't understand business or didn't understand the society we live in, I'd be pouting about it, crying about it. But hell nah, I'm getting my money. You know what I'm saying? Like we popping it. You know what I mean? Like we ain't never needed no yes and no answers from nobody. Like we gonna do what we gonna do regardless. We gonna eat regardless. I'm gonna make more millionaires regardless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm gonna become a billionaire regardless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
like a lot of shit that people care about, I don't care about. Why
Yeah.
everybody that playing a competitive game and who competing against who and all that shit, man, y'all can have this shit. I ain't doing no competing. You know what I
Right.
mean? But one thing I will say, just like I told everybody when I first started, just like I told everybody when I first started, like, oh, I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna get millions on top of millions out this shit. I'm gonna tell everybody right now, like, oh, I'm gonna become a billionaire. You know what I mean? It's like whatever everybody's doing right now, that's cool, but let's see who's gonna be a billionaire in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. That's dope. So that's your goal to be a billionaire. That's one of your goals.
That's one of my goals for sure. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So by me even saying that, quite frankly, you know that I plan on making a whole lot of millionaires.
Yeah.
You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? So hell yeah. Like billionaire status, we on the way. You know what I mean? But hey, shout
Thinking about other people the whole time, but you heard what he said. He did not have any mentors. And I feel like the reason he didn't have any mentors because people wanted to sign him and make him a slave, but they ain't really want to teach him the game. He already was making the money in the street and he was making a lot of money. He had amassed a lot of money. So he was able to finance his own career and hold out because he was already having money and figure out the recipe. So that's the reason why a lot of these other record heads, maybe, like some of the ones that was named, didn't have an issue when these other people on these other labels was trying to consistently take this young man's life because he had made himself. He told them he was going to be a multimillionaire and he did that. Okay. So his word was credible. He was already making more money than them and having more money than a lot of them that had been in the game forever because he was out in the street getting the money so he didn't have to go take a check and sell his soul. And you notice he said, I sacrificed young Dolph. And I know he was talking about himself. He went through the hard stuff so that his artists can basically have it like they want to and not make them slaves. Okay. So he talked about making more millionaires. And these record heads didn't want that. They want to sign them and crumb feed them so they can send people like Straight Dropout to go do hits and say, well, I'll give you a couple $100,000 if they can just constantly spoon feed them or less than that. I sign you, but they basically signing their rights away, never own nothing with their name on it, nothing for a few crumbs. And Young Dolph went into doing that, and they didn't want him um, exposing the game like that or doing that. That was cutting into them making more black slaves. This was a young man that was truly liberated, and you heard what he said. You're supposed to want to see other people do well, but I get the bare minimum. So he learned to just cheer himself on, and the best way to get him back was through success. See, it didn't have a whole lot to do with dissing or anything like that. People been dissing since the beginning of damn time. That's how rap really was created, battle rapping and stuff on the mic. So no old crusty Negro in their 40s. If they that sensitive, they need to go put on their ballerina dress and go do some ballet. They don't deserve to be in a rap game. Okay. It was about his success and his drive, and he exposed it. He wasn't doing nothing fake. He was making the money to really go and do the real stuff that he talked about as it relate to the material stuff. And then he was very vocal. People say, well, he shouldn't have said nothing. This man had many attempts on his life and he knew exactly where it came from. Was he supposed to just be quiet? I'd be angry too because he should have stretched them out. Okay. That's what he should have did. He had every right to because they was consistently trying to take his life. If he wasn't going to do that, he should have sent their asses to the penitentiary because we all know they scared to go there. But this young man was about his money. And a lot of these industry rappers ain't shit. They ain't. They phony and jealous. Instead of getting up with this young man on how to get some real money, because you see what he was doing. He was planning on making millionaires. He said, I sacrificed myself so my artists won't have to go through that and sign these contracts where they will be slaves, basically. I can't understand why other black folks didn't want to get up on him like that, but instead they was mad at him because they wanted to consistently create slaves. See, they want to do what the other communities have done to them and keep that cycle going by consistently creating slaves. And Dolph was working to break that cycle. Okay. And so a lot of rappers were secretly hating on him for his success, for his confidence, and because they knew he was headed on to being a billionaire because he was already a multi-millionaire and he was self-made. Okay. So it was nothing. They was glad he was out the way. They didn't really have to look at him living the life that he rapped about and them knowing that they was faking their life. They feel like their dirty little secret of faking it until they make it and still ain't made it really. Other than off the backs of signing some of these unsuspecting young artists who are hungry and making them slaves and getting their money. Okay. Because these folks ain't making no damn dreams come true. And I ain't talking about no specific person. I'm just saying they really ain't. Dolph was making dreams come true. And that's why they took him out. Okay. Because he was truly great. And being a billionaire, he was going to have more money than even some of these fake ones like Jay-Z and them that claim that they're billionaires. Okay. Beyonce might be. I don't know about Jay-Z. Jay-Z make too many investments to be. You have to spend a whole lot of money when you make it as many investments as he got. Trust me, you have to spend a whole lot of money. So I don't know if he's a billionaire or not. I know these magazines will lie. Okay. All right. They give y'all the illusion. I know better. But Doc was truly on his way to being a billionaire, and money is power. And he was going to be able to control a lot of stuff. It was a lot of people actively work with these clowns to get him out of here, I think. Even if they didn't, they didn't care. They knew and didn't care. He's truly a success story. And we had people in our own community to work to take somebody like that down. Okay. All because he wanted to break the cycle of being black slaves in the industry. This man wanted to own a distribution company. Why not? But you got black people that was mad. Who he think he is to want to own a distribution company? That's a uppity nigga. I'm talking about other rappers in the game. He just think he a uppity nigga. That ain't for us. That's the mentality of our people. So they help to line that boy up. And all these 2 for a dime rappers ain't shit because they was hating on him, secretly hating on him, and grinning in his face, jealous of him the whole time. Because he could back up what he talked about with the cash. Okay? No, he wasn't no gang member. If he was, I didn't hear Dolph talk a lot about killing. Dolph talked a lot about getting money. Okay? And a lot of these folks know he was getting money for real because he was cornering every market. Everybody wants to corner the market. But I think when he died, I don't think they're going to be able to corner the market like they think because they're going to have their asses in jail in the end. So they could have just left him alone and allowed a black man to live, to be around for his children and his family, and to continuously help to liberate the black community. These young black boys out there don't have to be, the few that he signed, he was able to teach them some stuff. And so they mad at Key Glock because they know he was up under him. They don't know how much he know, and so they want to try to destroy him because we can't have him being another young dog. He might shoot up and be a billionaire. So we got to play these clowns to get on the internet to try to destroy him because they know he had nothing to do with his murder or none of the rest of them. Okay. And it's sad how our people are so easily bought out for $1. It is. It is. But yeah, there was a lot of industry rappers, you guys, that was secretly hating on Young Dolph, all while grinning in his face, and they was jealous of him. They was jealous because he was representing for real. He wasn't doing nothing phony. He was extravagant. He's a Leo. He liked nice things. Okay. And he was outspoken, but he had a good heart. Who's more of a giver than me? But I'm gonna tell you about yourself. But I can't let you stand in my face and be hungry. I can't let you stand in my face and be hungry. We're gonna have to split that hamburger. Okay? Because I'm not that type of person. But now if you step on my toes, you're gonna get cussed out. And I'm gonna still give you a piece of my French fry. Because that's how I rock. Okay? Because I don't like to see nobody hungry. But people like that phoniness. They like for people to stroke their ego and lie to them all while they're starving. Oh man, we bros. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. Nigga, you starving. But they don't want nobody to say, no, bro, you got to do it like this and be a little brash with them, but you eating. He teaching you the game, the recipe. People want you to give them. They want you to stroke their ego, finesse them, lie to them, crumb feed them, because they don't want to have to work and do shit. But here's a young man that teach you the recipe, but he believe in working hard. Ain't gonna be a little brash with you because he gonna be truthful with you. But he is being truthful with you, but it's gonna pay off in the end. People don't like that. That's the reason why our community is in the state that it's in now. Because we don't like nothing real. We want everything phony. Okay? We want to try to figure out how, we can get something for free. And in the end, it really ain't for free. I just signed for $250,000. If they gave you $250,000, that's because they know you worth about $2,500,000. Okay, so they really just hijacked you. Okay, so we got to do better. I went on and on because y'all know I get in my feelings about Young Dolph, but yeah, the industry didn't do Dolph right, and he talked about that. They never liked him. The thing about it was he knew. Dolph was not a dumb person. He was very intelligent and smart. That's why they wanted him gone. All those brilliant minds down there in the grave. I kind of reach back and think about Rich Lord. Rich Lord and Dolph kind of remind me of each other. They wanted Rich Lord and Dolph to be into it. Anybody, yeah. I tell you, hey, rest in peace to Rich Lord though, because I like Rich Lord. Rich Lord was very intelligent. He had a brilliant mind. And that's one of the reasons that he's prematurely in his grave, I think. Because I think they set him up to somebody. Okay. But anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. But it's a damn shame that all the brilliant minds are being sent to the grave. And our people are helping to do it all because they want to keep this younger generation slaves, and a younger generation so crazy they don't realize that they taking out leaders because the people that are finessing them and giving them crumbs want to keep them slaves. Okay, the industry a bunch of haters. They grinned in his face because they, of course he was paying them cash. He said, I go in my backpack, whatever they ask for, I give it to them. It don't matter the price, I'm paying them. But T.I. could sit his frail ass up there and say, he reaping what he sow? No, he reaping what he sow. Okay, who stays in more trouble than him? And a whole lot of other ones too, y'all. All right, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you could definitely do it via Cash App, or you could give a donation up under this video by clicking the heart. I want you guys to know that I truly appreciate your support. I really do. I'm probably going to put up some more videos today because I got a free day today. So I'll probably just be dropping them, as the day goes on. But I hope that you all have a happy Saturday. Talk to you later.